Hello students, this is Dr. Aruna Shinde. Welcome to biology class. Yesterday we learned detail about plant kingdom. Today we discuss about animal kingdom. According to scientist R. H. Whitaker, organized the organism into 5 kingdoms. He classified organism on the basis of cell structure, mode, the source of nutrition and body design, and mode of nutrition and habitat. The 5 kingdoms proposed by Whitaker are Monera, which is a first primitive kingdom, involve the prokaryotic cells, Protista, second one, third one, fungi, plantae, and the fifth one, that is kingdom Animalia. In the last lecture, we see detail about the fourth kingdom, including plantae kingdom also. Today we learn about kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia is composed of all animals. The animal kingdom is the largest kingdom among the 5 kingdoms. Animal are multicellular eukaryotes. Multicellular, that means the organism containing the many cells, and eukaryotes, that means the organism having cells is made up of the genetic material in the form of chromosomes. However, they do not have a cell wall. In animal kingdom, cell wall is absent, or chlorophyll like plants is also absent. Hence, member of animal kingdom have a heteromorphic mode of nutrition. We see in last lecture, that is plant kingdom, they are autotrophic, they prepare their own food with the help of chlorophyll pigment. In animal cell, the chlorophyll pigment is absent, then animal we not prepare their own food, we are heteromorphic. Heteromorphic, that means we fully depend on the plant and other organism for the for necessary needs, that is food and shelters. Kingdom Animalia has been classified into 10 different phylums, and these phylums are as first is Porifera, also called as sponges, second one Colenterata, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, also called as Invertebrata, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, and Chordata. In the details of these phylums, we see step by step from the Porifera to the Chordata. The first phylum, that is Porifera. Porifera means the organism with holes, that is the Porifera include the spongy organisms, the spongy bunch of organisms, the organism with the holes, then whole body is made up of the holes or the pores, we can say. They are commonly called as sponges. Features of poriferans are the non-motile. Here we see the sponges, that is spongilla or the cyclone. The first feature, that is non-motile. Non-motile, that means they are stick. It is a marine, or it is formed in the marine surface, and they are non-motile, having multicellular organism with the hard outer skeleton. Outer skeleton is hard. We can easily identify the structure of that particular organism, that is they are the spongy poriferans. Have a porous body. The body is fully formed of the small minute holes, that is we can say pores also. Pore on the body created a canal system which helps in the circulation of the substances, waters, minerals, or the various kinds of substances. They are the circulate from that the pores. See the example of poriferan, that means they are, for the example includes the spongilla and the cyclone. Next one, the phylum second Colenterata, also called as Cnidaria. The term Colenterata is derived from a Greek word, that is hilos, which means the hollow bellied. Hollow bellied. Bellied, that means to swell, or it look like a sponge-like structure or a sweeties. The body is differentiated into two ends. Two ends, that means the body organism, one end that is the mouth part and the another end that is the uh, excretory part, that is the anus. This type of organism differentiated into the two ends, first and the last one end. include all the aquatic animals. In the phylum Coelenterata includes the aquatic animals. The body is made up of two layers, inner layer and outer layer. And the outer layer is the lining that means the something is covered inside, or the something is covered to the substances, that means they are the sticky substances or the gel like substances, that is the lining that means the outer or outer layer is lining, that is lining means the outer layer is covered by the something substances. Live in the colonies. In Coelenterata, living some are in the colonies or some are in the solitary. Colonies, that is the coral, as well as the solitary, that means sea anemone. We see the examples of Coelenterata include Hydra. This is a figure of Hydra, and the next one, that is the jellyfish. We know the jellyfish. The both are live in the sea water or the marine water, and Coelenterata phylum including the all aquatic animals. The next one, phylum 3, that is Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes are commonly known as flatworm. Platy. In the name of phylum, they are the platy. That means that they are the flat surface, and it is also known as the flatworm. Uh, their features are dorsiventrally flattened body. See, our hand also a dorsal and ventral surface. Then in phylum Platyhelminthes, the animal includes the of body is divided into, or there the surface are the dorsi and ventral. Dorsal, that means the upper, and ventral, that means the inner. Just look like our hand. Dorsiventrally body, flattened body, and complex, and have different structure, differentiated body structure. Tissue are differentiated into three layers. And body is covered with the three layers, that is called as the triploblastic. Triploblastic, that means the body covered into the three different layer, that is inner layer, middle layer, and the outer layer. Do not have a true internal cavity or the column. Have bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry, that means in the next lecture we see about the classification of animal kingdom. The classification of animal kingdom on the basis of their symmetry, plane, and the differentiation of body part. In that time, symmetry we see in the detail. Either free living, that is planaria, or parasites. See the examples of that planaria. This green shaped structure, that is the planaria. They are sticky, or the next one, that is the example is tapeworm. These are the segmented body having a two ends, mouth part and the anus part. They are the parasitic. These organisms in the phylum Platyhelminthes, these organisms, if they are present or they are in our intestine, they uh, produce diseases like uh, the example of phylum Platyhelminthes include the tapeworm and planaria. Both are the parasites. They are the endoparasite. That means they are present inside the organism. Fourth one, phylum is Nematoda. Phylum Nematoda consists of nematodes or the roundworm. Their features are nematodes have a cylindrical body. See here the example of nematode, that is Ascaris or the Wucheria. They are the round worm, bilateral symmetry, and a triploblastic. They also have a triploblastic. Triplo means three. Blastic means they have a different layers, three different layers: inner layer, middle layer, and the upper layers. Have pseudo column and the false body cavity. False body cavity, they are the body shape, or that particular cavity is not a true or not a having specific structure, that is the false body cavities. Parasitic and cause the diseases such as elephantiasis and the ascariasis. Elephantiasis, we very well known about the elephantiasis. Elephantiasis, that means in Hindi हत्ती रोग ज्याला आपण म्हणतो. The elephantiasis are caused due to this type of parasites called as a nematoda. Um, the example of nematoda look like this type of a round worm, and they are the triploblastic having a three layers, and the cavity is not a true shape or not a distinct or the um, differentiated shape. They are, that means they are the false. Phylum fifth, Annelida. Annelida are commonly known as segmented or the ringworm. They have following features: have a segmented cylindrical body. The body is differentiated into head and tail, bilaterally symmetrical and triploblastic. The phylum Annelida also have a bilateral symmetry and having a triploblastic in cell, triploblastic in nature. Have a true body cavity. That means true body cavity. That means the body have a distinct shape. In easy that the shape we can easily identify this is the type of annelida, or this is a type of the example of that annelida, that is earthworm and a leech. That is the true body cavity, means a distinct body shape. And habitat is marine, freshwater and land also. This is the example of annelida, include earthworm and leech. These are the segmented body. We can see here in the diagram or in the image of leech and earthworm, they are in the segmented. If they suck their food and they enlarge their whole body, but in the enlarge of their full body, their cavity is have a true shape. Next one, that is phylum 6, Arthropoda. Arthropoda is also called as invertebrata. Arthropoda means a joint legs. The group of animals included in the phylum Arthropoda are the joint legs animals which have jointed appendage belongs to this phylum. This is large phylum in the animal kingdom. Other features are they are bilaterally symmetrical. That means the symmetry of the bilaterally, they have their own in the shape of in the human being, or we can say the ourselves, two eyes, two ears, two hands, two legs are the mirror image to each other. They are bilaterally symmetrical, have jointed appendage, exoskeleton and a segmented body, have well defined organs or the organ system, have an open circulatory system but do not have differentiated into the body vessels. The examples of orthopoda include spiders, butterflies and mosquitoes. See here, this is a butterfly having in the middle part, they have their two wings, left wings, right wings, both the body is in the bilateral symmetry. The next and seventh one phylum is Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca consists of large group of animal features are bilaterally symmetrical and triploblastic. We see here that the two characters are common in the from the Platyhelminthes, from the phylum Platyhelminthes to the seventh phylum, that is Mollusca. The worm term is repeatedly comes in the features of that particular phylum is bilaterally symmetrical and triploblastic. Triploblastic, that means the body of that particular organism is made up of the three layers, that means inner layer, middle layer and the outer layer. Less segmented body. In the class phylum Mollusca, the body of organism is segmented but are the less segmented. See the example of that Mollusca phylum is snail and octopus. Octopus, they are divided into their body but it is a less divided body. Next feature, well developed organ and organ system. In the phylum Mollusca, the organism which are belonging to that phylum, they have the developed organs and organ systems. Open circulatory system and limbs are present. Limbs, that means their these are the limbs are present in that particular organism. Their limbs also present in the cell. In the snail, we see the snails have their legs, and this octopus having the eight limbs. Okay, the limbs are developed. The next phylum, that is echinodermata. Some pronounce like a echinodermata or echinodermata. The term echinodermata is derived from the Greek word that is echinos, means hedgehog. That means the particular skin or the dermatas or the echinoderm. Echinoderms means derm, that is the skin or the their upper part, that is the derm. derm cells are the echinoform. That means the derms are particular form. The some substances or thorn-like substances or the spiny sculptures. You know the example of echinodermata are the starfish and the sea urchin, that is they have their large number of spiny hairs or the spiny thorn like structures all whole the body. And also in the starfish something is appear on that particular derm, that is the echinodermata. Is a circular part and the body part is divided into the radial, not a bilateral. If the an organism having their two part, if आप हम अगर ऑर्गेनिज्म को कट करते हैं तो कट करने के टाइम पे उसका जो टू शेप हमें मिलता है, तो these two shape are not similar to each other, that is they are in the lateral symmetry. Or if two parts are similar to each other, that is the bilateral symmetry. In the next lecture we see about the triploblastic and the symmetry of that organisms, then that time you understand better. Next phylum, that is a Hemichordata. Hemichordata, characteristics of these phylums are as follows. The first one is the body is soft, fragile and divided into the proboscis. The epidermis is single layer. It comprises worm like marine animal with an organ system level. They are the open circulatory system. They respire through gills since the marine and the separate sexes and external fertilization. In the last one, that is phylum Chordata. The Chordata possess the following characteristics. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic with an organ system level of classification. The classification, that means chordata is a large group of organisms. In the chordata, their chordata divided into the different subphylums, classes and genus to the species, and these division of classification on the basis of organ system. Okay, then they possesses a notochord and a nerve cord. The circulatory system is closed type. Phylum Chordata can be divided into the subphylum, that is first one is Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. These whole subphylum including Euchordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata we see in the next lecture in detail about the classification of animal kingdom on the basis of their symmetry, on the basis of their structure, on the basis of their organ system, level of organ system. Okay, here in this lecture we see about the saline features of the phylum uh, kingdom Animalia and their 10 phylums include from the Porifera to the Chordata. Okay student, thank you for the watching. Please subscribe for the more videos and press the bell icon.